What's up? I don't know why I can't get the sweater to act right. So we're just going to rock with it however it is. But the first thing I want to say is welcome to Growth Group with Dr. Ericka. It's Tuesday. Okay. Yes, I am having a moment. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so excited to see you. This is Tuesday, which you know means it's Growth Group with Dr. Ericka Nights. And I'm so excited to be here. You know, I come to see you every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern to do just a little bit of quality time to help you be better, do better, and live better. So today's topic, let's see if we can find it. 5 tips for better mental health in 2023, because you know what? I want you to have better mental health. And what year is it? 2023. And what are we at? The beginning of the year, which means the whole year is a possibility. So let's do this together. Couple of housekeeping things. The first thing is, if you know someone that needs this, please tag them. Next thing, if you know someone that needs this, to share. Sharing is caring. The last thing, if you're watching it later, just put hashtag replay in the comments. If you don't know me already, I'm your host, Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and podcast host of the hit podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka. I am irrationally passionate about helping people be better, do better, and live better. I do all that just because it's so important to me. Now, I do this through my adult telepsychiatry practice, my books including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, my speaking, and that podcast I mentioned earlier, Better with Dr. Ericka. I do all of that to help people like you that show up for work, you show up for your family, you show up for your friends, you show up for your community, and oftentimes you do not show up for yourself. And you know what? You look behind you and like, hey, what's up? And people are not showing up for you the same way. So I do this to put you back in your life. So we're going to do this quickly so I can get you back out so you can enjoy your Tuesday night. Yes, I said it. Enjoy your Tuesday night. So we're talking about 5 tips for better mental health. And I want you to lean in, stay here. This is something you don't want to miss. You want to stay in for the whole thing because I told you it's going to be short but sweet. You might be like, why are we talking about this? Number 1, it is the beginning of the year. So that is a great time for us to reset. And one of the things I love about that reset is there's something that feels like renewal because you're starting a new year. I always say this. There's always those people out there going to say it's arbitrary when the U.S. calendar starts. Yes, it's arbitrary, but it still works as a functional marker. So the great thing is, even in your mind, you have the whole year ahead of you for things to be different. So you have all of these opportunities to be better, to do better, and to live better. And I'm here to help you take advantage of those opportunities. The next thing is that since mental health is so important, you hear about it because unfortunately there have been a lot of people struggling. And there have also been some issues with celebrities dying by suicide. But one of the things that's really huge is your mental health is connected. Your mental health and your physical health are very connected. And one of the reasons I actually became a psychiatrist, and if you were able to see Dr. Ericka's old, what do you call it? Personal statements. Yes, if you could see my old personal statement, that in that personal statement, it mentions that you can go to the country. Have you ever been in the country or in the inner city and you see these people out on porches and they look happy as can be? Don't have as my grandmother would say, a pot to piss in, don't have 2 nickels to rub together, but they are happy and living a good life. And then how many times have you heard of people that are wealthy, that seem to have it all, that are utterly miserable and sometimes ultimately even die by suicide, but it seems like they have it all. And there's something to be said for quality of life, and mental health is extremely integral and essential to your quality of life. It sets the tone for your quality of life, and everybody wants a good quality of life. Don't you want to enjoy your life? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about some ways to do it so I can get you through. The first one is proactively plan for sleep. You might be like, Dr. Ericka, what do you mean? People always say get some sleep. It's not just get sleep, proactively plan for sleep, because when we proactively plan, we have a higher probability of actually doing it and being successful. I want you to be successful with getting sleep. And there's so many things around us that are distractors. There are always a million things to do, a million things to do at home, a million things to do for work, things to look at on TikTok, the gram, Facebook, things to be binge watching on the Netflix or whatever your streaming services of choice. And when I say proactively plan for sleep, I want you to have thought about when you're going to sleep, when you're going to have to prep to be ready to get in the bed at that time, set necessarily alarms, turn things off, just proactively plan so it's not like I'm just going to make it to bed whenever, because your body restores itself and heals itself while you sleep. The next thing is work on boundaries. Yes, I said it. Everyone talks about how no is a complete sentence. Yes, that is true. But also working on boundaries with your time and with people. Because one of the things that's going to help you, and the theme that's on here when we're talking about these tips for better mental health, is we're looking ways to pour back in to fill your bucket. And part of the way you fill your bucket is these boundaries keep from emptying your bucket. So I want you to be using your bucket for you, not pouring out all of your bucket for everyone else. The next is surround yourself with positive people. I was literally at this wonderful brunch this weekend, hosted by Dr. Jada Moore Ruffin, who you have seen not only on this show, but you've also seen on my podcast. And there were these conversations around how a lot of the trends with your health and your wealth are set by the 5 people that you spend the most time with. But part of the reason I want you to surround yourself with positive people is I want you to be surrounded by people that can also pour into you, that aren't just taking. We're talking about, we're adding to the energy bucket. So if you're surrounded by positive people and people that hold space for you, then they're pouring into your energy bucket instead of draining your bucket. Number 4 is delegate anything that you can. Anything that is on your list that you don't have to do, that someone else can do, you want someone else to do it. Why? Because we want you to have the most mental and emotional capacity for yourself. How you're going to have the most is we're conserving it. So instead of using it on a million tasks that you don't even have to do, and I'm talking to you out there, all of you out there that are thinking that, the only way it's going to get done is if I do it. The only way it's going to get done right is if I do it. At some point you have to let go. And delegating means anything from tasks that you have an assistant or a team member that can do, to things in the household that your family, your kids, or your spouse or your partner can do, to services that you don't really have to do them, that you could grocery shop online and either have them delivered or pull up to Wally World and open your trunk and someone put your groceries in, to valet dry cleaning, to wash, dry, fold. There are a million things, having someone come in and clean your house, just things that you can delegate and not do yourself. 5 is to actually do things that you enjoy, because one of the things that it can be energy draining and make you feel worse is when nothing is for you, when all of your life is really focused around everyone else and not about you at all. So I want you to do some things that you actually enjoy, because those things are for you, and they're going to bring you joy, and they're going to lift your mood because you're doing something you enjoy. Now, who doesn't like a bonus? The bonus is utilize mental health professionals for support. Yes, I said it. So there are all these things we can do on our own, and they're great. They are wonderful. I do them too. They're phenomenal, and they help set you up for better mental health. The last thing is though, there is something about having people that are paid money to create safe spaces and hold space for you, that are non-judgmental, that don't have a stake in what's going on with you other than for you to do well. That you don't have to sit and filter your thoughts of, is it going to hurt their feelings? Are they struggling with something and don't have time for me because they are struggling, or what I'm struggling with isn't as big as what they're struggling with. And also just to help you be able to process everyday stuff so that you can be at your best. Because I have a therapist. I love having a therapist. It's great because then no matter what's going on, there's always someone to hold space for me. And I want that for you too. Mental health professionals aren't just for crises. And the other thing is, a lot of people have dealt with trauma that is untreated, and that can impact your relationships, your interpersonal and your professional relationships. It can even impact your level of functioning, how you are able to feel comfortable and safe. It can really impact every area of your life. And we're talking about setting you up for good quality of life. And one of the ways to do that is to handle all that baggage you've been carrying around. Yes, I said it. So today we are talking about 5 tips for better mental health in 2023. I'm so excited to be here again. I'm your host, Dr. Ericka, here for Growth Groove with Dr. Ericka. Housekeeping one more time. If you know someone that needs this, please share. Know someone that needs, you can also tag. The last thing, if you're watching it later, put hashtag replay in the comments. And if you're tuning in late, don't worry. I'm going to give you a recap, but you can always go back and listen to the beginning. Got it? All right. So what we going to do? We're about to go do some review. All right, y'all. Review. Summary slide. Apparently, I'm having way too much fun with this today. The 5 tips we're talking about is number 1, proactively plan for your sleep. Good sleep is not usually happen by accident. You need to proactively plan. You need to figure out what time you need to go to bed to get enough sleep, then how much time it takes for you to get ready. Structure your days so that you're ready to go to bed at that time. Set whatever necessary alarms, automatic, do not disturbs, whatever you need to do, but actually put it in your schedule and have structure around sleep. Number 2, work on boundaries with people, places, things, and time. We are working on things that are going to fuel you, things that are going to make you feel good, not things that are going to drain every ounce of energy and life out of you, because there's no way that you're going to have great mental health if the whole world is pulling on you. Number 3, surround yourself with positive people, because they're going to be able to hold space for you. They're going to be able to pour into you. Number 4, delegate anything that you can personally and professionally so that you are saving all of that valuable mental and emotional capacity for yourself, so that you have enough to take care of yourself and you didn't use it all everywhere else. Number 5 is do things that you enjoy, because when you do things you enjoy, it naturally will make you feel better. The bonus is to utilize mental health professionals for support, because you're not meant to do all this on your own. And one of the things that's going to actually set you up for success is to handle all those things in the background from when you were young, but also to be able to process without judgment in safe spaces everything that you're dealing with now. So I'm a big fan of everyone having a therapist. I know you've heard me say this before. This is not new. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. As we said, we were talking about 5 tips for a better mental health in 23. We went through those tips and we did 5 plus 1. So we had a 5 and a bonus. So thank you so much for coming. Again, if you do not know me, I am Dr. Ericka, Harvard-trained, double board certified psychiatrist and integrative lifestyle coach. I'm on a mission and totally irrationally passionate about helping you be better, do better, and live better. I do this through my adult telepsychiatry, my books, including Fix Your Fairy Tale, A Woman's Guide to a Great Life, Love, and Legacy, my speaking, and my podcast. I do all of this to help busy people like you that pour into everybody else. I do this to help put you back in your life. Again, you can always find me on Tuesdays at 7. Yes. If you feel like you do need to speak to a mental health professional and are interested in talking to me, you can go to askdrgoodwin.com, askdrgoodwin.com. That has more information about my practice, and you can sign up for a complimentary 15-minute consultation. The next thing is, we talked about that podcast, Better with Dr. Ericka. You can find it at a lot of places. You can find it on major podcasts like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, all the places, or go to betterthepodcast.com, and you can find me. So if you start missing me, you can always go back and watch old videos, or you can listen to the podcast. That's what I got for you today. I told you I was not going to keep you in here long because I want to make sure that I respect your time, but I want to make sure I add value. I look forward to seeing you in the future. Please continue to take care of yourself. Take your left hand, put it on your right hand, put it on your left arm. Give yourself a squeeze because you deserve some love. And I want you to take care. And until next time, have an even better day.